Alrighty then. So today, a little bit of a product teaser, sneak peek, overview type thing. I have the product you're going to see. I have it out with testers at the moment. I want to give them a bit of an overview, but I also want to make it public so that everyone's aware of what's going on. So this is not the product. This is an Index Marksman. I'm just showing it because a lot of the product is similar. So this is for the Index controllers. You know, it's this lock-in method because you can't do the slide-in cup method. Basically what you have is you have this little interface here, and then that interacts with a piece on here. So you bring it up onto the tube, lock in, and it's locked on. Nice and solid, pretty quick. Not probably as quick as the signature, but pretty quick. So, Index Core. So this is the, minus the controllers, this is sort of what could be maybe a product line. If, just say we had support to use other controls with it. So now, this is the product basically. The product is, there will be a Quest version, long and short of it. So it's this part here, plus the whole stock, but this part here is the new thing. It is a replacement to the battery housing on your Quest controller, and it gives that, locking interface to use this type of configuration. Tube on top type thing. So yeah, as I say, it replaces the battery cover. You do still have an access compartment, so you can get in there and, change the battery pretty easily. That just clicks on. It's got this additional sort of locking piece here just to really secure it on well, and then that gives you the tube on top type connection method, which is just going to be a preference thing. If you ask me which to buy, it's going to be preference. In terms of pros and cons, I'll go through a few at the end. I'll do a bit more of a product overview now, and then I'll go through a few of the pros and cons of each direction, just so you can decide which you may want to go with. So, that's an assembled one. This is your controller. I'll put the battery compartment back on. So this is a normal controller. So what you need to do, take that off. You will have in the box, you will have one of these parts. You will also have one of these lock-on aids with left and right on it. So this is the left-hand one. And you'll have these flexible pieces. So these flexible pieces, I'll run you through what those are first because I'll put them on this one. I had them off the other hand. So you got this flexible piece which has a really hard to see L on it. I'll make it a little bit easier to see, but there is an L on there for left. Put that in through there. And then you have this bottom piece which goes onto the controller itself in this part here, and then you just want to push it in. I just use the end of a screwdriver just to seat it fully down in there. And then you have that on there now, seated. You then bring this in, just like you bring on a battery cover, this in. Line it up semi-awkwardly because it's, I don't want to actually hold this properly. Line it up, put it in. I put a black battery cover on there just so you can see where that extends to. And then you bring in your piece like this. The letter faces towards you. So if you're holding the controller, letter faces towards you. It goes on like awkward hand show. How do I do this? Like that sort of thing. Just to give you an extra bit of stability, and then noise. You have that locked on there. That's how you would assemble it. Now, as I alluded to, this one, I didn't have those flexible plastic pieces on. You can just use it like this. However, if you want to use hand straps, then these pieces are there to support that. So I have an AMVR strap, and I have a ProTube Pro strap here. I'll put one of them on to show. You can do both of them. I'm sure it can do other ones. Sorry, I'm sure it can do other ones too, but if I can actually get this on there. So you just have to slip that through that little, so get it through there, down, and then same deal at the bottom, put it through the little slotty thing, and come back up, and then you got yourself a hand strap. So yeah, this is a tube on top type design. Now, all up weight, including the replacement piece for the battery, is 280 grams, so still pretty light. Not quite as light as the Signature series. I think the Signature Marksman is 220 grams. So yeah. So you got the tube on the bottom type design with the slip-in cups, and then you got the tube on top type design with this sort of taper locking type thing. There are pros and cons of both. I would say this one's a little bit stiffer, a little bit lighter, maybe a little bit faster on the reloads, just because you got that, you know, accurate reference point as your hand touches it. You can sort of really control bringing the controller into the cup. Whereas this one here, the interface is removed. You're not directly touching with your hand, so you have to get a bit more muscle memory required. However, one thing which you want to highlight is on some games, so I'm particularly talking about Veil here, they're really strict on how you insert your magazine. So if you have a tube on the bottom type design, it can sometimes get in the way as you're trying to get the magazine in there. It's fine on most games like Contractors, Onward, the main ones which I've spent time on, completely fine on those. But on a game like Veil, it can get a little bit awkward on their rifles. However, this gives all of the clearance you need. So if you are struggling or think you may struggle with the tube being in the way, then you might want to go this direction. In terms of which I would use, I'm using index controllers at the moment, so I am forced to use this direction. If I was switching to Quest, I've been playing with both, and I don't currently know which I prefer. Preference. I quite like the balance of this one in terms of, you know, tube being on top is quite well balanced. Yeah, but the other one's just a bit quicker. Yep, up to you. Another option for people. Hopefully it'll be out in the next couple of weeks. Once it gets to testers, they give a bit of feedback. If I have to change anything, then it'll be released. I will keep everyone in the loop though. Have a good one.